Veggies are growing and flowers are blooming. Gardens everywhere are thriving, and unfortunately, so are their pests and predators. Master Gardener Peter Coppola
This has been a great gardening season.
once again joins BNEWS with some pro advice on protecting your garden's growth.
The biggest thing people think about right away is fencing. I'll just keep the woodchucks and everybody out, and that's great, but fencing comes in all different shapes and sizes, and they don't all work for everybody. For instance, this is fencing specifically for rabbits. The idea is these slots are very small and the rabbits can't get through. Well, that's great, but it only goes up to about 1 foot in height, and immediately above there is this big, nice 4-inch square. So this by itself doesn't solve the problem. And then you've got this nice decorative fencing that comes in 2, 3, 4, 5 feet of height. It's a 2-inch by 4-inch square. That'll keep out adult rabbits, but it won't stop the baby rabbits or chipmunks or squirrels from getting into the garden. So these by themselves aren't the solution. Then there's poultry fencing, also known as chicken wire. So let's take a look at what I do. Now, as crazy as this seems, I use everything, multiple defenses, starting with this plastic fencing. This is just flimsy plastic, which helps deter the woodchuck from climbing in. As the woodchuck climbs, the plastic collapses and the woodchuck can't get over the fence. Behind that, I have the poultry fencing, which keeps these smaller baby rabbits from getting in. And then beneath that, I have this black plastic strip. And the idea behind this, which is remarkable to me, is it makes the garden invisible. It's a stealth garden. So if you put yourself at rabbit height, going past this pathway, you can't see the vegetables that are growing in the garden. So let's talk a little bit about the insects and diseases in the garden. First of all, understand that plants are more than capable of taking care of themselves. They have built-in defenses that they've developed for over 2 billion years. It's our responsibility to give them an environment where they can grow and be healthy, and they'll take care of themselves. Also, when we're talking about insects and bugs and diseases, the reality is that more than 50% of those pests in the yard are good guys that go and kill the bad bugs. It's just our job to help them. So one of the things that I do is what I call a feels good spray. It's liquid dish detergent in ammonia. You mix it in a hose end sprayer. It works out to 1/4 cup of each to a gallon of water, but then you spray the whole yard with it. What we're talking about is something that breaks up the magnetic bond with the water molecules that helps the water permeate into the soil and not run off. That's what the detergent does. Whenever you spray any kind of pesticide, fertilizers, anything like that, you should be using this to help the plants. The ammonia is a very, very mild fungicide. It's nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen mixed with a little bit of water, diluted with water. So there's not a lot of chemical here at all, and it's all, we'll say, natural. So it's a nice, low, one step up in the organic pesticide management system where you're pulling the bugs off the plants and it cleans it. So I do this every couple of weeks just to keep the plants clean. That's all you need to do to address your insects and diseases.
Some household ingredients and multiple fences make for best defenses against animals, bugs, and disease, and are a great way to make your garden grow.